it's a Saturday drive. Looking for a German Shepherd up here off Dwight Street, but if you've never been up here, there's some beautiful homes up here. Oh, there's little rabbits. Rabbit's out early. He's eating in the yard right there. Two of them. Two rabbits. I think this is, are we back at Dwight? I'll go back up where I was. Yeah, this is Dwight. I didn't get a cross street, so. And here's Caroline Park. I'm just south of Caroline Park. If you want to see people are parking right there, there's trails down here. This is the bottom of Caroline Park. Poppy Road. If you've seen the poppies that look like eggs, giant eggs, they're right here. And if you want to park and hike this, there's a trail right here, but you want to park up here a little further up. But there are some beautiful. I haven't been up here in a while, not south of the park, but the houses here are just amazing. But here's a road. I'll take you up. Chaparral? See the people picnicking up there? That's that big green area. It's on the eastern side of the park. But here's where you can park and oh, I can't go up any further on. This is a turnaround. Whoops! I thought I could go up all the way up. But you can park here and then the green's right there. I mean, it's a huge. Yikes! Am I going to be able to do this? I don't think so. But if you want to have a picnic or just let your kids run around, and it's a nice big green slope. You can get to it from the top too, off of Sunset. This is like the. This would be the northeastern side of the park, and it's kind of steep right here. If you start at the top and come all the way down, it's pretty steep. But if you just want to get the top part or the bottom part, it's not too bad. And it's nice and smooth. It's not a hilly, or it's not a bumpy deal. But yeah, we'll go back where I was, where I started, and I'll bring you around. I got to go back down Dwight. I'm looking for this German Shepherd. They posted a little while ago, but they said they saw it this morning. So that dog could be anywhere, but these are multi-million-dollar mansions. It's amazing. Yeah, I think I left on Mariposa. Mariposa and Chaparral. I hope you can see some of this. And there was one for sale right here in the corner. Yeah, it's so beautiful up here, Kathy. It's like that one right there. It looks like it might need a new roof, but look at the views. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Malibu, where they're just, every house is like, wow. In the hills. Look at that one right there. Very cool. We're coming back around where I started, but I'll go down Dwight. Oh, that one looks like a dang hacienda. Is anybody even living there? Yeah, it looks like. That one looks like that thing's huge. Yeah, I'm up by you, Gordon. I'm up in your hood. Looking for a German Shepherd. If you see him, holler. I'm not sure what sex it is, but I thought maybe while I'm doing this, I could show some of the people that haven't been up here how beautiful it is up here. Those look like lights in that tree. Yeah, somebody's still got. Oh, you see that giant plant right there? And there's looks like a lot there for sale, maybe. And this cut These walls, they have this cut stone walls and the curbs. Yeah, this is old school Redlands. It's got that cut stone curb on the right. Then you got the new curb, the poured concrete curb. I like the cut stone. Oh, look at that house. Oh man. Yeah, I could live up here right now. I'm trying to follow Dwight. They didn't give a cross street, so I'm not sure where on. Dwight's a pretty long street. I'm not sure where on Dwight they saw the dog, but it was like from this morning, so this dog could be anywhere. This looks like newer. Yeah, this is newer. I'm dropping out of those cool homes. I mean, these are still cool homes, but I think these are newer. Those other homes up there must be, I'm not sure when they were built. Anybody know when those were built? On top there by Caroline Park. Caroline Park's one of the probably the best parks I've ever been to. It's just got, and they got interpretive signs on all the plants. So if you want to take the kids and learn local plants and trees, it's a great place to walk, where you can learn the local plants and trees. We did a planting there. God, I want to say 8 years ago. It was a conservancy. I think we were planting wildflowers. We believe love is love. Oh. There's a little library, little book library right there. You pull up and take a book or leave a book. I think we were planting wildflowers then. But it's got a great view. If you go on top of Sunset, it's got a great view of the mountains to the north. And look at that. Look at that house right there. That is so cool. That's Spanish. I wonder how they do that with the walls. You know, it's got like that rusted iron look. That is so cool. And I believe this is Mariposa School. I think I'm off the weight now. Yeah, I'm off the weight. Ivy and Henrietta. Is that Mariposa? I'm not that familiar with up here. Looks like somebody's having a picnic. But a lot of people out there. I've seen a ton of people biking and what do you call it? Hiking everywhere. There's so many people out, enjoying the day. And there's a guy that ain't supposed to have let's see. No, he's cool. I thought it was a dog with him. You're not supposed to have the dogs with you on school grounds. Let's make sure this is a four-way stop. We take Christmas lights down. There's a little ad on the pole. I'm going to go back up this way. Nobody has reported the dog since this morning, so. This is the third German Shepherd I'm looking for today. There's one down on Israel Beale Park on the north side of Redlands off Pioneer. And then I just went and looked for those two dogs in San Timoteo Creek. Nobody's seen them either. The ones that the coyotes chased last night. I should go. That's a dead end though. We could go up it. Benta Marie. Is that right? Benita Marie. Get your free tour of South Redlands. Dead end up here. Looks like it's gonna rain again. They said tonight, Sunday night, Monday it's gonna rain, but it's still kind of looking like stormy clouds. I want to get back by those big mansions. Holy mackerel. I don't have my GPS running to tell me where to go. Or Google Maps. But let's see if we can't get back up on top. I don't even know where the hell I am now. What is this? Hi, Lisa. I'm just kind of Ridge Street. There's some cool little streets up here too. There's one is like, if you want to take a great picture, it's kind of like this. It's got trees arching over the top. It's a very cool street. This may be it. I think this may be it right here. No, these are ukes. Look at these ukes. Like a uke forest right here. Eucalyptus. We're up Pacific and Ridge in Redlands. I'm just driving around looking at cool houses, right? I'm fully looking for a dog, but oh, look at that mansion on the left there. I don't know if you saw that one. Oh, look at the view they have up here too. Oh man. That's a cool one right there. Oh, they're all cool up here. I think we're back up on Sunset. Yeah, we're at Sunset. And this is a new one here on the right. That's a new one. Whoa, look at that mansion. Yeah, they started that about a year ago. Look at that. That's like a French chateau. Whoa. Even have a mother-in-law's little house there. Now you can really see the mansions on top. We're on Sunset, heading east. I'd love to live up here. The sunsets from, oh, look at this house on the left. They look like they're getting a new roof, new clay roof, but every one of these is so cool. It's got the nice garden right there. I'll show you where Caroline Park is. Yep, and this I'd always loved. I remember the first time I came down Sunset, I couldn't believe it. Fairmont, I think that goes up to the water tower. I'll go in Caroline Park. It's like a little, in fact, that's Caroline on the left right here. That's where we were doing our planning for the Conservancy. On that little trail, you'll see this little trail on the left on the spine of that ridge. We were planting wildflowers like poppies and lupine, and God, that was 5-8 years ago. But I don't see no wildflowers. It looks like they didn't take, because I don't see any of our. They should be popping up right now. That was the trail I worked on right there. There was about 20 or 30 of us. Oh, look at that mansion. That guy's doing the same thing. They're driving around looking at the mansions. Let me see if I can. It's kind of tricky on this Caroline. It's right here. You go in right here off Sunset, and you can see the view. Oh, it's a beautiful view. But that green area I just showed you down below, it's right here. It's right there in front of us. That green big slope is right there. I don't know if you can see it. It's a short little hike over there. And then they got little plaques here to tell you what you're looking at. And usually on a clear day, yeah, you can see the mountains over there on the north side. And it's a cool story about it. It was the two sisters. And I'm trying to remember the story. Don't hold me to that. I think one sister died and the other sister wanted to donate the property where I think it was where they lived here, donated it to the city. Oh, look at this mansion. Oh, look at that on the top. Look at that. They got a little lookout place up top there. You got to watch this corner. Sometimes the bikes come flying through here. Yeah, at least This is very cool up here. That big green slope is right there on the left. I think I walked over, yeah, right here. If you take that little trail right there on the left, the slope is right there. And it goes all the way down to Poppy Street. So you can park, if you got 2 cars, park at the bottom and walk the trails, and then if you get to the bottom and you're too pooped to come back up, just park a car down below. You should be able to get some mountain views up here. You see it's kind of a lot of overcast. Oh, here comes the car. Let me see if I can find a place to hide or get out of his way. Let's see. I can't get over there. There used to be some lots that were open up here, but they pretty much built all these open lots up where you can't pull out of the way. Let me see if I can pull out of the way here. No, I think this is that street. There's a street. I think this may be it. It was hard to find. It was like down a side street, down another side street, and off a little chute. But there was I think it dead ended. But going up to the gate, there was just like a perfect picture spot. I think I found it by getting lost. This kind of don't look like it. Yeah, well, let's see if we got a side street down here. Because it was like downhill, and then it was a side street off the downhill. Oh, there's mansions on both sides. Wonder if this is it. Now that looks new. This was an older part of the street. There's a little grove there. A lot of these guys, they have big enough lots. They have their own little groves in here. It reminds me of Italy. You'll see these, to me they look like Italian gardens. When you get up and you can look around, you'll see like, the statues and the olive trees. To me it reminds me of Italy. Some of these homes in here. Now that one in the street. Back on the garden. There's the fire station there on the left. Oh, and they got the smoker going. I can see the smoke. I bet that smells really good. Let me see if I can get a whiff of that. The smoke blowing the other way. The firefighters are gonna eat good tonight. Got the smoker going. Fire station. I'm not sure what. Gordon, you still on here? What station is that? I think this is the golf course. Here we're over by the golf course. If I remember like that street I'm thinking of is east of the golf course. The country club. Yeah, if I remember right. Let's go east of it. There's another, oh look at that house. God, that thing's huge. A lot of the Spanish or the, what do you call it? Oh, look at that one. Man, that one's got the wood shake roof still. You don't see that much anymore. Westwood Mariposa. I think we've already been up. Maybe not. No, we haven't been by the golf course yet. I'm trying to find that street. I've even seen deer up here running around. In fact, there used to be a lady, I can't think of her name. She did critter pics, like I do with the trail cams. I think she lived up here because she said she was right off the top of Sunset. But she would post them in, I think it was the Redlands Daily Facts. I haven't seen her post in a while in the Facts. It's been years since I've seen her. Hey, remember that lady? And everyone's different. That's what's so cool about it. They're not the cookie cutter homes like you see down, like where I live, the tract homes. Every one of these is different. Let's take this road. I think this is up where Country Club. I'm not a member, so they're going to throw me out if I go in there. Is that a new one? Oh, that's a fence. Who's a member of the country club? Plus, I'm a terrible golfer. They'd throw me out just for my poor golfing. A bunch of cars coming fast. Not going that way though. Country club. There's another little grove right here. A lot of gardens. Oh, it'd be so like terrace gardens. That's what it reminds me of. Is Italy is the terrace gardens. Oh, look at that one. Look at this one coming up on the curve on the left. Is that one cool or what? That guy's got his own basketball court. They got their own basketball court in the full-size court. At now, Latitude Street. Verde Vista. Well, that one's right off the golf course. See the cypress trees? That's the thing that reminded me of Italy. The cypress trees, those real narrow. There's a dead end. We ain't going far on this one. I'd be afraid to live by the golf course because of guys like me that can't hit them straight. I wonder how many times because I know the last couple times I played, I lost all my balls before the turn. What is it, the 10th hole? And I hit a couple up in the yard. One was at Hesperia. I hit a ball up in this guy's yard, and I guess he was used to grabbing them. He runs out and grabs it, runs back in the house. We're out there yelling at him, hey! Because I was down to like 2 balls. He was snaking the balls. So by the time I had to go wading in the, my buddies hated me because I'd run out of balls, and I'd have to start wading in the ponds to get balls. And then what's the guy that runs around in the cart? The marshal would come yell at us, get out of there. Hi, Christy. Yeah, we're up South Redlands, up by Sunset. I was looking for a dog. We're kind of just oogling the mansions right now. We're just east of the country club, Redlands Country Club. We're staring at mansions. Oh, look at that one. Oh, there's a couple of them. The houses are so big up here. You could have a heck of a kegger party, huh? That sign said, just say no to socialism. The yard sign. Oh, look at this. Look at the lions. They got the lions on the gate entrance. Whoa. So, what do you call it? The columns on the gate there. Do you see the lions? Man, they got these long driveways. Look at that one right there on the right. Hillary. I wonder how far Hillary. Let's go up and look at Hillary. I'm pretty sure I've never been up Hillary Way. Let's go look at Hillary Way. Hillary's 2 L's? That one had 1 L. It's probably a little cul-de-sac. There's one for sale right there. Oh, look at that. I'll turn around where you can see it. It's all like a rock. Look at these. I'll turn around where you can see this one. It's like a... What would you... Look at that one. Whoa. What would you call this? It's like a rock stone, or is that fake? I would say up here they're probably using the real stuff. Berkshire Hathaway for sale, and they got plywood up in front of the windows here. I wonder what happened. A couple windows are plywooded up. I hope it ain't the homeless breaking in. You don't usually hear too much up here, but I wonder if that's real or fake. USA on the gate right there. I would say that's probably real. Yeah, that sunset. I should turn around. Well, we got what? 15 minutes till sunset? Get on. I should go back toward the sun going down Sunset, huh? Look at a couple more mansions, and then I'm trying to find this one street that had it was perfect for pictures. Man, look at those. All these houses, and they're big lots too. That's what's so cool is you can have your garden. What are we at here? Piazza del Sol. I'll look at the maps and I'll come back and I'll show you that street with the, if you want to take a cool picture. And if you get the light just right, it's even cooler. I think it had to be toward the evening. The way it's kind of like an overgrown, the trees go over the road. It's like a tunnel. It looks like a tunnel. And when the sun hits it just right, it's like a one of the coolest things you've ever seen. I forget how I found it. I think I got lost and stumbled into it. Where are we at? No, there's somebody coming up behind me. I'll get out of their way. They're probably going, hey, look at the looky-loos. They're saying, look, they came up to look at our house. Look at that one. Holy mackerel. There's a lady up here. I don't know if I'm far enough. I'll go down and look. There's a lady. Oh, shoot. This guy was hauling, but it's kind of a blind curve, too. I'll go see if this lady. Yeah, I'll go right on. I'm going to go see if this lady. Or I don't know if it's a lady. It could be a guy, too. Can't discriminate. They have a front yard that's just all flowers, all wildflowers. I think they're wildflowers. I don't think I'm down far enough yet. Let me see. I'll go look and see if her front yard is blooming. Then we'll go back on Sunset to the west and see the sunset. I think she's right up here, or them. It's on the right. If anybody knows about that. Oh yeah, there's some good homes over there in Wildwood. Yeah, above was it Mesa Grande? That's her house right there. Oh crap! I'll go back. It looks like she's got a lot of irises blooming. I love that. I've stopped taking pictures of that yard. The whole front yard is just all flowers, and they're always seems like they're always blooming. But it looks like I'm trying to think. Looks like she's put in a lot of irises. I'll go freehand so you can see it right here. It's this house right here. Oh, there's a cool place to pull off too. She's got a bunch of irises, and they're not really blooming much yet. Yeah, she's got roses. Yeah, that's a very cool house. Got like a, here, I'll freehand it so you can see. You got to see it. She's got a nice old picket fence. I hope they don't mind me showing their house. But if you want to just see a cool flower display, when that blooms, when all that gets blooming, it's worth a drive just to see it and get a picture. Thank you for everybody that does the well, there's a lot right there, a lot for sale. Thank you for everybody that does the nice yards with the flowers. I'll do I've done a couple times. Best Roses. I think that house over off of Michigan with all the white roses had the best. That's the one in my opinion, I said it was the best one I could find. They have white roses like up the sidewalk, on the side, around the front of the house, and it's just beautiful. They got, what do you call it? The archway, a couple archways with roses growing, all white. Very cool rose display. Yeah, we're on Sunset now. Going back the way Mike was saying, go right here, and yeah, there's your sun. It's slowly creeping down. Trying to think of a good lookout here to the west. Some of the pads now have, look at the homes here. Holy mackerel. Look at that. That one's got a different, like a more modernistic. I mean, these are like architects are designing them, like famous architects. These ain't cookie cutters. Oh, that was a nice little, yeah, that's the road to the... Whoop. Didn't see the walker. That's a different looking fence right there. There's another modernistic... I don't know architecture, I know a little bit what looks like Spanish and hacienda, but if I blow it, just correct me. Vinton. Hi, Valerie. Yeah, I'm goofing off up here. I was looking for a dog, but I couldn't find it. We're on Sunset. We're going west toward the... There's your sun. It's getting ready to set. I better get down here where maybe we can watch the sunset somewhere down there. There used to be some lots here. And, oh, there's a beautiful view off to the left. I know where we can go. Down by the cemetery. The backside of the cemetery. That's got a great view looking west. In fact, we're getting close. And we'll see the orange house. I love this orange house down here. Orange yellow. She has plant sales too. I've always wanted to go to one of her plant sales. I think the orange house is just down a little more. I can't believe people ride bikes here, because to me it's so narrow and twisty, and people fly through here sometimes, and it's like, I'd be scared to ride a bike up here. That's a nice one right there. You can't see it. We're getting down on the west end of Sunset, down toward it'll come out by the cemetery. There's great views from right here, looking across to the north. Look at the walls. I love these walls. Amazing. You mean to tell me they hand cut that stone? To my Huell Hauser. Oh, we might have a view here. Oh, yeah, we're getting down closer. Look at those three flags. That's kind of like a three. What do you call it? Not lanyard. What do they call that on the poles? Like that. The Navy's got a name for it. Halyard? No, that ain't a halyard. What's the name of the big mast? No. There's Caroline Park again. Yeah, take it easy on this corner, because the cars come out right here. That's the entrance exit there for the park. We're getting down, hopefully closer to the... Better hurry, because the sun's going down. Hi, Abby. We're on Sunset Avenue. We're trying to get down to by the cemetery to look at over San Tim, watch the sun go down. Looks like it's going to be amazing. And see the other thing, you got to be careful. A lot of walkers. And I haven't seen any bicycles. There's a lot of bicyclists up here. This is down by the Orange House. We're going, oh, there goes the sun. Oh, it just dipped behind the, ooh. I should have turned right when Mike said turn right. That 5-minute detour may have cost us the seeing the sun go down. We'll get the colors after it, you know, when it goes, hopefully. See, this was an empty lot for years right here. And they built this, it looks like a chateau, like a French chateau. I'm gonna let this guy go around me. Go ahead, dude. Instead of tailgating, you know, just go around. French chateau right there. Little roadside stand, Tam's Farm. Somebody was asking about roadside stands. Oh man, we're gonna miss we missed the sunset. You were right, Mike. I should have made it right. Because we're getting down by that. I'll take you by the oh, we missed it. Boo. You get a little bit. Oh, right here would have been the view. Right here. We'll go down by, we'll still go look at, if you want a good view, and it's a good picture even without the sunset. It's a hell of a view. I'll show you where to go. Go to the cemetery, hillside memorial. There's that orange house right there on the right. Did you see it? She has plant sales there. I haven't made one yet, but everybody says she does good plant sales. And we usually post it on the Redlands, the group, if you want to know when they are. She does them like, she hasn't had a lot lately, I think because of COVID. But I saw one maybe a month ago we posted. Okay, if you want a great view, great picture. This is actually sunset, I believe, right here still. Come down here. And the boat's still down there on Alessandro. Last time I looked, somebody dragged it. Well, these are some cool houses right here. That's a new one if I remember right. Yeah, that's pretty new. They built some homes down this ridge. Yeah, see that on the left? They extended the homes down there on this ridge. Is that a horse? Oh, it's a statue. I was gonna say, what's that horse doing up? Statue. And it's a gated, yeah, it's all gated down there now. Some $1 million homes in there. But if you come up here, right past this motor home, and it's so green now that this is really going to green up the canyon. And you come around here, and it's a little further up. Oh, we just missed the sunset. And it's not shooting a lot of colors that I can see. But you can pull off. Did they put a curb in here? Oh, they did. You can't pull off like you used to. See this curb they paved this. You used to be able to pull off. Oh crap. I'm gonna make sure nobody's coming. Yeah, you can't pull off like you used to. Maybe they put that curb. This hillside's slowly eroding right here. It's real steep on the left. And they probably don't want anybody over there because it'll collapse. Let me see if this side used to be able to pull off down here too. If you can find a place to park, which is going to be, you know, you could park in front of this house right here. But in fact, I'll do that, and I'll let you see. Well, kind of see what's over there. You can walk. You know, make sure it's safe to cross, but you can walk across. And there's your view of the San Tim Canyon down below. It's beautiful. If you go over here between these trees, you'll get the sun went down over that way. But you used to be able to pull over on the other side, but they put a curb in here probably to stop and I think that's next to the dump down there. The dump, let's see. That's Johnny's nursery right there. See the road going down there, way down there? And then that goes up to the dump. Yeah, I recognize that white fence. But it's a beautiful look to the west. It's great sunset pictures, or great pictures of just the canyon. You know, in another week, that canyon is going to be emerald green. It's halfway there now, but we're going to have rain again Monday. Smiley Ridge, there you go. Thanks, Mike. And also, if you come here, you're welcome, Martha. Yeah, it's so nice to drive up here. If you come up here and want to see the lights, the Christmas lights that Carlo Bonadiamon and his family put up, if you come up here and look a little bit southwest, the big Christmas tree lights, looks like a giant Christmas tree that you can see from Highland. That Christmas tree is over, it's on private property, so you can't drive up to it. But from here, you can see it. This is about as close as you can get it and still be able to see it nice, you know, clear. And thank you to Carlo and his family for doing that every year. That's a lot of electricity to fire those big lights up. Hi, Claudine. Yeah, this is worth a drive. If you want to look at all great homes and great views up here, Sunset Ridge is Smiley Heights. I used to work up here for Ed Brown. Ed Brown had a orange grove up here, orchard, and I worked on his radios. He had a house up here on Smiley Heights, but he also had a orchard, and we took care of his Motorola radios. You're welcome, Valerie. Oh, you're taking a break, huh? Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the little tour there. I did a video, maybe I should repost it, years ago. God, I drove Sunset Ridge. It was a beautiful day. 10, 15 years ago. I should probably post that and you can see the difference. There's a few more homes. Man, you could get me to live up here in a heartbeat. I think I went by Burridge Mansion earlier. Is Burridge on Highland? It's still got pretty good light with this. There's some roses right there, little pink ones. Yes, if you want to, it's so relaxing and it's so cool to see every home's different and they're huge. But there's a nice, look at that house right there on the left. I don't know if you can see that one. Look at that porch, you know, a 2-story old. Oh, look at that one that sits way back. Oh my God. What street are we on now? We're on Highland. Yeah, this is Mansion Road too. You really probably can't see nothing to the right or left. But just going down Highland and Crescent, it's just amazing. And I've read somewhere, I remember checking to see if it was true, They said 1890s, 1900s, Redlands had more millionaires per square mile because a lot of doctors and lawyers moved here because it was such good climate. And the sanitarium, or whatever, not the sanitarium, the place where they went when you had tuberculosis, it was a place where people went to, because it was more arid, it wasn't. But I remember checking that with somebody, and it turned out it was true for, I'm not sure how long it was, but these homes are from the 1800s, 1880s, 1890s, some of them. So you can imagine, it took a lot of money to build those back in that time. So it probably was, pretty sure it was true. I remember reading it. I remember filming this house on the left when they were rehabbing it. It took a while, and man, it really turned out nice. On Crescent, thank you, Martha. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Is that Amazon? Well, Amazon's got trucks everywhere. Amazon's going to take over the U.S. mail, supposedly. There's a lot of good-looking, nice homes here. You could park here, along this curb and just get out and just walk the street here up Crescent, or you could do Highland. Beautiful homes. It was a gold rush, Teresa. Yeah, there's another one right there. Every one of them just about is just an eye popper. And they finally paved this part of Highland. But this was like, this and University and San Bernardino Avenue were like the three worst streets. Look at this. It's butter smooth. Oh, I love this. This was like a minefield going through here. Now it's nice and smooth. Now they got to work on University. University by the 10 and San Bernardino Avenue, they fixed that one. What's the other big pothole streets? Oh, the old style, Chrissy, the old style lantern or lamps or street lights or whatever. When I moved here, when I first drove up here, it reminded me of the old towns along the river in Missouri and Iowa. They had the old streetlights like that, and they had the hitch, the hitch post, the concrete hitch post out front with the little place to tie your horse off. It was, it reminded me of home, and the big homes with the porches, the big wraparound porches. It reminded me of like Hannibal's got some homes like that. Muscatine had a few along the river. What else was up there? Davenport, Des Moines. Now we're what, on Highland? Yeah, we're going by the Christian place here. El Caballo on the right here. So those lights light up, right? I'm pretty sure those old style lights. They're hooked, because I remember they were stealing. The meth heads were stealing the wire. They had an access plate at the bottom, and they were pulling the wires out of those. Back when the meth heads were stealing the brass sprinkler heads. Everybody had brass sprinkler heads. God, what was that? 10 years ago. They would steal you'd wake up and all your sprinklers would be gushing. Some jerk took all your brass sprinkler heads. And I remember them telling people, put in plastic. It was like, I think a lot of people changed the plastic then. It was unbelievable. But I guess they were getting money for those brass heads. And I'm sure they were expensive to buy new ones. We're on 5th Street now. We're coming up to Moore School. I got to get home. My hockey game's on. My Blues are playing. There's Moore School. And yeah, the middle schoolers, they're not going to be back at school, huh? I just can't believe, you know, low risk. Science says it's low risk. Doctors say it's low risk. And just because the governor's tears, his little purple red, I just don't. The kids aren't doing well. We know that for sure. Give them an option. If you want to stay distance learning, but let them have an option. Let the parents have an option to get their kid back in a schoolroom. I could imagine. You can't see your friends. You can't. Of course, now it's opening back up. It's going to get, you know, where they can go to the movie theaters. Oh, you're from? I know Bettendorf, the Quad Cities. That's where I was. Grew up on the farm there, Muscatine. Bettendorf, what was it? Moline? Bettendorf, Muscatine. What was the other? Quad City. What was the fourth one? I can't remember. Davenport was the big city to us. We wanted to go to the big city. My cousin would. Well, we wanted to cruise. There was no cruise in Muscatine. They rolled up the sidewalks at 5 p.m. So if you wanted to cruise, my older cousins were gearheads. So we would go to Davenport and cruise downtown. Then you must know what a Maidrite is then, right? Maidrite burgers? Pat? Crumbly burgers, some people call them. And a pork tender, I'm sure you know what a pork tender is. And Iowa stands for idiots out wandering around. That's a Iowa if you're from there. You can always tell somebody from Iowa because they'll say Iowa. If they say Iowa, they're from Iowa. Other people say Iowa. Rock Island? Yeah, was Rock Island the fourth one? We buried my Uncle Fred there at Rock Island. Uncle Fred was a veteran. He was really good at baseball. We called him Fred Bird because he liked the Cardinals so much. His nickname was Fred Bird, but he was so good at baseball. He joined the Army, and they said, what nationality is my last name? Are you asking me, Christy? But my Uncle Fred was so good, they said, no, you're not going to carry a rifle. You're going to go to the Pacific Theater and play baseball and entertain the troops. So he did his hitch. They had like a traveling baseball team. You know, the generals put together and when the guys would go to the rear, you know, for their R&R, come off the line, they would go watch a baseball game. You know, it kind of, you know, reminded them of home. You know, trying to give them some creature. We called it creature comforts. When you could sleep in a nice warm bed and have ice cream and go watch a nice movie or something. It was we called it R&R, rest and recreation, I think is what it was. Usually in wartime they'll give you, you know, after like 2 or 3 months of heavy combat, they'll send you to the rear to give you a break so you don't crack. That's what Uncle Fred did. And I saw him play even when he was older. He was still a damn good ball player. I kind of did the same thing in Germany. There was a Canadian all-star team. They were called the Canusa Snowbirds, which was named after their acrobatic team, the Canada acrobat team, the Snowbirds. We were mostly Canadian, but there was some American and some. Even we had one a dependent, a GI dependent. We traveled all over Europe playing. What do you call it? Exhibition hockey games. We'd play against the Canadian Army. We played against the local town teams like Saarbrücken and Luxembourg. We played down in the Black Forest. What was the name of that team? Oh, Baden-Baden and Lahr. We traveled all over, and I did it. They invited me to try out, and I made it, but I did it too. Was Scottish, eh? When you got generals backing you up, I got in a lot of trouble in Germany. So with generals backing me up, you know, they wanted you on the team, so they would kind of bend the rules a little bit. You know, when you got in trouble and got arrested, they would come get you out, and they wouldn't go on your record. It was kind of a nice shield to have a general or two in your pocket. I learned that early on in my military career. Was if you had a colonel or a general that would go to bat for you, it was like a get out of jail free card. So that worked out real well. Got out of a few jams. Come on, guy, it's your turn. So if you got any kids going in the military, tell them, you know, smooth up to some general. Sylvan Park right here. I'm gonna head home now. I gotta get home on my hockey game. That's right. We'll go down Sylvan. We'll see what's happening on Sylvan Boulevard. The bad thing about generals is they can also bury you. And I damn near got buried by a general, a Canadian general. I met his daughter at an AC/DC concert, and we started going out, and I invited him to a hockey game, him and his wife, to see me play, and because I figured he's Canadian, right? But there was a big brawl. The Germans never usually wanted to fight, but this game they wanted to fight. Saarbrücken, it was a town. And usually we're pretty friendly. We'd beat them 5-2, 6-3. And they weren't a very chippy team. The Germans don't like to fight. At least not in hockey. But they that night they did. And the general got mad and got up and left. And that was the end of the courtship of that girl. It was he was a general, so he had real good armed guards. So I went to try and throw the rock pebble off the window to get her to come to the window, because they wouldn't let me. He had a, what do you call it, aide de camp. I couldn't get past the aide de camp. They were screening her calls, so I snuck in, kind of like, what was the movie, John Belushi, Animal House, where I'm throwing rocks at the window. But these guys have got machine guns, the guards. It was during the Red Brigade, the terrorist thing, where they were blowing up generals and kidnapping generals, and I took a risk just throwing the rocks at the window. But oh yeah, I got pinched. I got arrested, but it never got, what would you call it? I never got a record from it. You know, if you got somebody who can come get you, your first sergeant or your general or whatever, and then get you out of there before they what do you call it, print you, make it a formal arrest, you don't have a record. Thank God. That's what I'm saying. If you can get a general or colonel to go to bat for you, you always want to kiss the butt of the first sergeant and the my first sergeant bailed me out a couple times. So did the general, but then I had a general. That general of that girl that I was trying to date, he was not. Thankfully, he didn't come after me, and he really didn't have a reason. It was just that he didn't like. I mean, a Canadian guy. He didn't like a fight in a hockey game. That's what was kind of astonishing, was he got upset. And the guy that was in the penalty box with me was a German guy. I'm trying to talk him out of fighting. I told him, I said, that girl in the stands, I'm going to marry her. That's her parents. I'm trying to explain it to him in German. You know, I had broken German, and I said, look, can we do this next time? I got to sit this one out. And he just said, you know, crazy Americanish. And he's going, let's fight. And I was like, no, not tonight. I need a rain check. I'm going to marry that girl. Next thing I know, Dad's got his coat over his arm, and he's putting his wife's coat on, and that was the end of, God, I can't even remember her name now. Oh, that's terrible. Sharon? I'm trying to remember the general's last name. That's it. I definitely got to get home now. My hockey game. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the Sunset Ridge. We kind of caught the sunset. See you next time. Bye.